Hey everyone, super excited to be in Chicago for AHRExpo. It's probably probably about 20 times now I've been coming to AHR, right? Last year was in Atlanta. Last year was really a big news for me, was about heat pumps. We saw a lot of different manufacturers coming out with commercial heat pumps using natural refrigerants. And so for me, one of the big highlights, or I hope this time round, we're going to see even more manufacturers bringing natural refrigerant-based solutions, whether that's propane, whether that's CO2, possibly even ammonia, for heat pumps for this sector. I'm hoping that we're going to see more of those tomorrow and over the coming days at AHR. That will be AHR is becoming more and more of a heat pump show, and we hope that that will also reflect the move towards natural refrigerants. So that, for me, will be one of the highlights. I hope at the end of this show I'll be able to report back saying, yep, we saw more solutions come to market. I want to introduce you. Many of you probably know Michael Garry on the end of the table, well known to us all in the industry, but we have a new colleague, Michael Hines, who's now, since the beginning of this month, managing editor of our marketplaces. Michael is new to the industry, but not new to journalism and editorial work, obviously. And we're really excited to have Michael join the team. Originally from San Diego.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yep. So he's got a lot of industry experience from different industries, but he can bring his know-how to our refrigeration or cooling industry. So we're excited about that. What are you going to be looking out for over the next few days?
Yeah, I think for me, first of all, it's just meeting everyone, putting kind of names to faces, and just standards and codes outside of that. So I'm interested in talking to folks about the IRA, talking about the AIM Act, looking at what ASHRAE is doing with their standards and their updates. So that's really where I'm going to be pointing myself. And if you see me on the show floor, please feel free to say hi. If you have any story ideas, please pitch me. I'm always open for business.
Great. And Michael,
yes.
What are you going to be looking out for over the next few days?
Well, of course, I'm going to be looking very carefully at the progress of natural refrigerants in the U.S. and North American marketplace. It's certainly been growing over the past few years in the refrigeration space, and now we're, as Mark said, it's starting to develop.
Finally take off, right?
Yeah,
I mean, we've been saying this for 10 years now.
Yeah,
Last year we started to see some good signs.
Yeah.
But this year we're hoping it will be a real step up, right?
Our data shows a considerable growth in the adoption of natural refrigerants in the commercial and industrial spaces for refrigeration. Of course, as you mentioned, we're very keen on seeing how this picks up in the heat pump and even the air conditioning marketplace, because that's the next frontier. And of course, we're very interested in seeing how natural refrigerants are competing against F-gases, particularly HFOs and the HFO blends, because as we know, HFOs are increasingly linked to PFAS, and in particular a PFAS called TFA, trifluoroacetic acid, which is proliferating around the world, and we're I think very concerned about that development. It's kind of like the next environmental crisis being created by F-gases, and we want to have a discussion with folks at AHR about that, a very important issue. So I'll be looking forward to talking about that.
Yeah, and I guess we'll also probably hear about the next generation of synthetic refrigerants that will be PFAS-free. Right? We expect some kind of announcements there, and some more discussions on that. So
yeah, certainly. Yeah. It's always it's one thing or another, but ultimately natural refrigerants are the future-proof answer.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So so now you know what we all look like. You know our names, and we're going to be there for the next 3 days, walking around, and we hope to talk to hundreds of different experts and manufacturers over the next 3 days about natural refrigerants, about their latest solutions and kind of off-the-record developments that they're working on if they aren't announcing anything this year, but to get a sense of where they're heading. So this will be exciting times. So like Michael said, if you see us, please don't hesitate to come up to us, and we'll be happy to talk. See you tomorrow.
See you, folks.
Looking forward.